Hello there, Capricorn. My name's Frankie, and I'm coming to you from spirits-healing-readings.com. And I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient, medium, and an empath. And I've been doing readings for 27 years now. And this is for Capricorn for November of 2016. What I've done is I've pulled 4 cards for the month. We're going to use the bottom card on the deck for overall view of the month, and then we'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading to kind of bring everything together for us. Now, because I'm an empath, when you hear me say I mean every Capricorn out there is now named Frankie. It's a speech pattern. It's the way I talk. And I'm not an astrologer, so I looked up the astrology for us for the month, and it's in the 11th house, and that's all your transactions involving friends, new acquaintances, income from your business, like your fondest hope and wishes. It can also indicate, I think I read, circumstances that are beyond our control, and when I was reading it, I think it said stepchildren, foster children, adopted children, also like organizations too that you belong to. Now, before I start the reading, I'm trying to tell everybody my husband has a website, and it's called megatoysplace.com. So you can buy all your toys there for Christmas. So go on over and look at it. Anyhow, I got a few words before the reading, and what they are is purpose, healing, and patience. Uh, and I think really looking at this reading here, it's kind of very interesting, the cards we got. And 2 of them, or 3 of them actually, came up in other readings, but it's been so many days as I'm doing all of this, I'm kind of like, I don't know whose reading it came up in. But our first card for the overall of the month, and I don't believe these cards are going to go week by week. I believe they'll probably blend in and out throughout the month. And our overall is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is when spirit, well, the way it comes through to me is when spirit is calling me internally. So it means that during this month, I have a very high degree of access to the internal planes or the spiritual planes, or I'm becoming very aware that I have an access to this right now. And these are or all individuals rather, and these are general readings, but it means like my intuition's on the ball. And the other thing that always impresses me with the High Priestess is she knows what's going on. He or she, however we want to put it, because it's a general reading, always knows what's going on under the surface, but doesn't always speak it. And I think maybe we should keep that in mind during this time. Maybe we know what's happening, and we intuit it, what's actually going on. But maybe all of it isn't supposed to be forthright or spoken. Perhaps we're supposed to watch a little, listen a little, make sure that we're approaching the situations that we encounter in a right manner. Maybe listen to our intuitions, what they're basically saying to me before approach. Okay? Our first card for the month is the Five of Pentacles. And this is about the only negative pentacle card in the deck. Whoops, if I don't throw it on the floor first. Anyhow, it's about the only negative one, and it actually isn't a negative. This card to me sometimes will mean that maybe I'm in a tough or a tight financial state right now. Maybe my business isn't going, we're all individuals. Usually pentacles mean money, but they can mean anything, you know, based on this being a general reading. So maybe my financial situation is a little tight now, or maybe I can foresee something coming because they said purpose, healing, patience. Maybe I can foresee something coming, or I think, and I'm phrasing it this way, because maybe money's going to be tight, or maybe money is tight right now. The end result is good, but they are giving us steps to take. First, they're giving us steps for, you know, we have really good access to our intuition right now. Maybe money's tight, but with this Five of Pentacles card, the normal meaning is that window behind these people, that, and it can be spiritual bankruptcy also, you know, or tight. Maybe I'm just not getting it spiritually, or right at this particular moment, you know, but we do have access to it too. But the whole idea of the card is that window behind them actually is a church. And if they just turn around, there's help. And they're saying these are 11th house friends, you know, friends and new acquaintances are, you know, fondest hopes and wishes. So maybe we should be paying attention. Paying attention, especially to this Five of Pentacles. Is it spiritually? Is it something around us? You know, maybe the Pentacle card has to do with our love relationship. You know, maybe the connection isn't there. Maybe financially there's something happening to us that is going to cause us to feel like this, because our next card's the Four of Pentacles. And this is my new deck of cards, first one I ever bought for my own self, and someone asked me, it's just plain old Morgan Greer, but I really liked it because it had pretty colors on it. And this pentacle card in the old deck that I read always reminded me of a miser, because he has this really ugly face on. But in this case, and he's standing on the pentacles. That's what I forgot to say. I think he's sitting on them too, but really I don't know. This is a card about holding on to our money. So we got the, you know, holding it close to our chest, or however you want to put it, saving for a particular reason. Maybe we see something, or we don't know an outcome of something, you know, right at this particular moment. So I'm hearing, you know, it might do us well to stay close to friends. Maybe they can help us or give us the advice if they're good friends, because we have this High Priestess card here. They're saying, telling us to hold on to our money. The end result is actually good, because we're going to end up stepping into grace, like the flow of things, if we do this right. And always remember, and with that Five of Pentacles, there's help if we just turn around, right? It's hang on to what I have. There's help if I just turn around, or maybe I'm starting a new business, you know, or a new relationship. And with this High Priestess, maybe things don't seem on the up and up altogether. You know, maybe they're, I don't know, they just keep saying, don't act against our own benefit or our own interest. Don't act against it. You know, so if the intuition's telling us something, you know, to do something one way, you know, pay attention, listen to it. Sometimes when we have the High Priestess card, we're like, you know, okay, let's just stop motion, pull the blinds, sit down and get the guidance that we need if we listen. Because the next card here is the Nine of Wands, Nine of Rods, I believe it is, in this deck, but it's the Nine of Wands, and In the other deck, the guy got a bandage on his head, and this guy, this 9 here, he wants to show up this month too, and he looks like he came through the battle. He's still holding one of his little sticks there, and his head's bandaged, but he did things through his own strength, and they're saying purpose, right? Healing, patience. He did things through his own strength. And the one thing to remember about this particular card is 9's completion. The job is done. I went through the battle. If there's any opposition still standing before me, right, I have the courage and the strength and the patience, actually, if we think about it like that, to make it through to the other side. And that's a really good thing to have. But job's done, 9's completion, end of the story, maybe end of the tough times, or maybe end of hanging on for dear life, you know, to what we do have because of a past situation or something that we've seen before. It's like that, you know, you gotta learn from, if you've made a mistake before, don't do anything against your own benefit, your own interest. I don't want to do something against my own interest. I also, with these 2 Pentacles card here, don't want to get involved, right? If I intuitively know there's something that's not wise for me to be involved in. So let's say my marriage partner has this crazy proposal, and if we cough up all the funds, he thinks he's going to make the next $10 million, and I know because of the High Priestess, it's a pipe dream, right? I'm not going to get involved in that. I'm not going to get involved in anything that's not smart and wise for me to be involved in, because our next card is a great outcome card. I always think of this sometimes as a happy home card, the happy home, but what it means is like a state of comfortable prosperity. And what I think that the way that Spirit's explaining it to me is, if I pay attention to these things, right, I'm job's done. I did it by my own courage and strength. If the end result is for this comfortable prosperity, so I can start becoming involved in my own new adventures, or however you want to put it. So they're kind of telling us, look at the future realistically, because that's going to be what benefits this and benefits us, period. Don't do anything that's like crazy if it's not a sound thing. One of those, if it looks too good to be true, it is. It's too good to be true for us, right? Pay attention. Go internally, use that High Priestess telling you, because with the way these cards are lined up, and like I said, that blending thing in and out, you know, throughout the month is the way it'll work for me. It's not going to be like perfect step by step every single week. It means something. It's in our 11th house, so it has to do with friendships or new friendships, things like that. Has to do with paying attention, has to do with not putting ourselves in that spiritually bankrupt state with the 5 of Pentacles, or financially bankrupt state. Let's say, let's just, to give an example, we are not flush with cash this minute, right? And our friend or our lover or somebody at work asks us, you know, to give them the big bucks, right? Or can I borrow this? What they're basically saying to us is, if you don't got it, don't give it. that's pretty much what they're saying to us. So even though we want to be close to friends, we want to look at our own future first, very realistically. Not with a pipe dream, but very realistically this month. So these are, they also said in 11th house, circumstances that are beyond our control. So who knows what can, come up along the line. With that Four of Pentacles, I always believe it's wise to hang on to funds that you can't afford to just give away. And especially with this Nine of Wands, if we come through the battle to get them, maybe there's a reason Spirit's, giving them to us and getting us into this really comfortable state of prosperity. So, patience in this case might be our virtue here, because it feels with those Two Pentacles cards that it maybe is about healing up some financial things, but not falling for any crazy get-rich schemes during the process, because they said don't act against, what our benefit, right? So let's see what these angels have to say here. And they said, notice the signs. Well, sign, it's like on our forehead. Notice the signs, okay? We're all individuals, so I don't know what area of each one of our lives this is going to affect. And I advise you to watch your moon sign and your rising sign, because you'll get a bigger perspective or a bigger overall view for the month. So I'm assuming Spirit's giving us a heads up this month. And it says, yes, the signs you've been receiving are heaven sent. We drop feathers, coins, other signs upon your path to remind you that you are loved and never alone. And that's an absolute truth. Are they telling you, like, don't give this money away, or, make sure I'm in a stable state before I start handing things over? That's a possibility here, with these. And being as the job is done, right, it's only a matter of sweeping up the dirt here, and we have the strength and courage to do that. So personally, I'd be doing it. I mean, it actually does look like a really good month, because we end up with that Four of Wands. It's kind of like Spirit giving us a heads up with the kind of circumstance and situations we're dealing with. And if we do it right and pay attention and notice the signs, obviously we're getting into a state where it's comfortable prosperity. Let's see what the other messages are. It says, the angels gave you this card to help you understand the signs you've been receiving lately. These signs can include feathers, coins, butterfly, birds, or other repetitive visions that make you think of angels who have deliberately sent these signs to let you know that they're nearby, protecting, loving, and guiding you. And you know what I notice when they're speaking to me? I always notice numbers, like triple numbers, and like 1111 and 222. I'll notice that, and then I turn around and think, what's coming down, or what's going to happen right now? It says additional meanings for this card is your departed loved ones in heaven are saying, hello, I love you, which they normally try to do. Notice and believe in the repetitive signs you receive as validation that you're on the right path. Have faith, follow the signs. They're guiding you to your heart's desire, Capricorn. And that is this Four of Wands. The end result, the Four of Wands. So let's keep our heads up for this month and don't do anything to trip our own selves up, okay? Well, Capricorn, that's our reading for November, and I want to tell you that if you just want to know more about me, all of my information is down below here on the screen, and or if you want to set an appointment with me, all of the information is at the website on how to go about doing that. And I want to tell you thank you for all the time you spend here with me and all of your likes and shares and subscribes and the comments. I really appreciate the comments. I enjoy them. And for all of you that I've met through doing this, I want to tell you I've enjoyed all of you. It was an honor to be able to serve you. And I want to say thanks to all the people that I've met through these 27 years of doing this. It's been interesting and it's been fun. I actually have a really good job. Well, Capricorn, hopefully I will be here in December for you, and I will see you next month. Bye-bye.